What's up guys, and welcome back to Empire Total War. And yeah, last week we made a couple of gains. Well, we didn't make any gains in the frame rate area, but we definitely made gains in securing ourselves Ankara, which is quite a significantly large territory. So quite happy that we managed to get that. There's a small Ottoman army still just sitting around in Yazgat farmland. So yeah, we might have to deal with them. I don't know. I think they'll probably just try and run away, to be honest. So we might just let them run away. But yeah, we gained that, and that's, I think, pretty much everything that happened in Europe. In India, we made, well, I made an absolute mess of things over in Mysore. We whilst we had an army sitting outside the walls, I decided to engage them just to see how many men they had, thinking that if I don't feel like fighting them, I could run away and I would just like move back into the city. No, my entire army from the city decides to run away across here, leaving the city completely undefended. So yeah, they just walked in and took it. So we've moved up here with our entire army now, taking over Joya. Up here we also managed to secure Cuttack and Calcutta, taking the army from Trycommely that we managed to forget the week before, and we did actually go back, get them, and take them up here. So we don't have a massive army in Calcutta, but Calcutta is a very large city and has the ability to recruit a hefty amount of people in one turn. That's 7 units in one turn they can recruit. So yeah, it shouldn't be long before that city's got a full army in it. The Cuttack currently has quite a large army inside it, and we also have a couple more units being recruited because this group of enemies are making their way towards us. So I can expect them to get here at the end of this turn. And there's also an army I noticed up here that is probably a couple of turns away from attacking Calcutta. So I don't know if they'll move this way. They seem to just be kind of standing around up there. They don't seem to be making their way this direction, so I'm not sure what they're going to do. They might come and attack us, they might not. This group definitely look like they're coming our direction. So yeah, we'll probably have to deal with that in a turn or so. As for America, we're making efforts to try and push our way further into the Quebec territories. After we took Fort de Chartres, we then lost it to the Quebec armies that were sitting up here. They just came down and attacked it because we only had one unit in it, so it was pretty easy for them to take, and we're now going to have to try and go back and take it off them again. We have been slowed down slightly by this Quebecian army that's just kind of sitting around. We've significantly reduced their numbers now. They've only got about 100 men left, so yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult for us to try and end them and then push up and try and take Fort de Chartres and hopefully push our way further up. New York, actually not New York, America, USA have been offering us like military access quite a lot, so I think if they come in and offer us it again, I might accept it, just because it gives us the ability to maybe move an army through here and take like Montreal and possibly Quebec, or even like start out here, take Nashwack, Fort Nashwack, and then possibly move this direction, and kind of surround the United States, and then ultimately we'll try and take them as well. But for now, I think we'll just push up here and try to take Fort de Chartres. We also have a second army being built in St. Augustine. Almost, it's half full. Probably another 3 turns, I'd imagine. I would probably say, I think what I'll do is I'll recruit a general. That gets us 1 extra unit. 3 more turns, I reckon, would get us, what, almost a full army? We'd have a few places left, maybe 4 turns. And then we'll take that army from St. Augustine and take it over and try and take Texas, which I'm not really sure about, because Texas is it's basically Native Americans, and they had a small army a few weeks ago inside Lower Louisiana, which we attempted to attack with a pretty sizable army. And given that they only had about 100 men and we had 800 or so, they killed a lot more of us than we killed of them. So I'm thinking that attacking this entire army here with like full units, I have no idea what's going to happen. I hope we can take it, but I think what might happen is we'll send an entire army over there and attack them, and we'll all die, and they'll be fine. So we'll see what happens with that. But that's probably going to be another like 3 turns before we're capable of going that direction. But yeah, I think I need to start recruiting a few more men. got some money for it. I was building a fleet in Portsmouth, so it's a couple more turns before they're built. I think I might just start building a few ships around the place, just try and increase our naval abilities. Right, yeah. So we're building ships everywhere, and that's used up the last of our money for this turn. So in about 3 or 4 turns, we should have enough ships to make a pretty sizable fleet. Right, so the Marathas have besieged us inside Cuttack. So we'll see what happens if how big that army is. We might have to send some men from Calcutta down to assist. Where the hell did the Dutch get so many men from? Right, well, auto resolve and hopefully win. We do. Good. Hungary has arisen. Where? Well, I'm sure they want to be independent, but at the same time, I don't think it'll be very long before the Austrians just decide to take that back. I'm pretty sure they're not too happy about the Hungarians just having a revolution. Right, I just spent a load of money to replenish all of my units inside France and Amsterdam and Brussels as well. So, because our armies have been a bit battle scarred of late. We'll fix up our ships as well. And yeah, hopefully we should be in a pretty good situation in a couple of turns' time there. Right, what I noticed was something happened in America. This Quebec army, the ninjas that they are, somehow just evaded this entire army here and walked straight around us and are now attacking New Orleans, which now means we're going to have to come back and attack them, meaning it's going to take even longer for us to get up to Fort de Chartres. So we'll auto-resolve that. They killed twice as many of us as we killed of them, but anyway, kill all of them and shall replenish our army. We've got far too many cannons, safe to say. But what I'll do is I might just send a cannon in there. Send these guys in there. Right, and now we'll make our way back up this direction again. Yeah, I have no idea how that Quebec army managed to just completely elude us, given that we were standing right beside them, and just walk right around and attack New Orleans, so that's kind of annoying. And we're going to have a look at what happened in India, where we're being besieged inside Cuttack, and these armies are heading our direction. So we're going to have to be a bit careful here. Very level battle. They have cannons, they have elephants. Right, I'm going to fight this myself. Hopefully we can come out the end of it still holding on to it. What is that? The size of this thing! I've never seen a building in this game that size. That's outrageous. How many men? You can put 1,000 men in it. Well, why would we fight over here when they've got the advantage of high ground, when we can just put everybody in the centre of the city and put 1,000 men inside this town hall and just shoot out at them? What kind of mentalness is that? Right, if we possibly move our men over here. Right, let's put our cannons here in a breach point, so that, yeah, if we put our cannons there, it gives us a good view of the hill that they're coming across. How far can they reach? Oh, they can reach all the way over here, right. So, as they're coming down the hill, we can hit them. Also means that we kind of restrict their ability to get in behind us, given that we've got the protection of the buildings around us. So what we'll do is we'll just fill up as many buildings as we can with men. Right, I'm not entirely sure how this works, because this building says that I can put 998 men in it. I've got 299 and it won't let me put any more in. Also, if we take these guys out... Wait, no, it wasn't them. These guys, right? Put these guys back in. So we can put these guys in, and we can put these guys in. If we put these guys in, then these guys can't go in. Yet, if we take everybody out of the building, and put this the biggest group of units we have, put all of them in the building, we then can't put anybody else in the building. So we've only got 179 men in there. So we've got to put them in, like, small groups. Like, for some reason now we can't put those guys in. We've got to put them in some weird order. Right, we're just going to have to deal with that. So, we've got about 300 men inside this building. Don't know why it won't let me put any more in, despite the fact it can take more. But anyway, we'll start the battle. Actually, no, we'll put some men in that building as well. And we'll start the battle and see what we can deal with. Actually, we've got some more cannons there. Completely. Oh, so I've moved my cannons. Oh, for goodness sake! In all of that, moving people in and out of the buildings, completely ignored the fact that I just picked up my cannons and moved them from where I had them. So now we're going to put them back. Anyway, so they're all coming from the top of this massive mountain. They're trying to shoot cannons at us, but they're shooting the ground in front of them, so not sure they're doing a great job. Oh, what the... Now we've got a cannon stuck inside this building, and it won't let me move them. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So not only did I move my cannons away from where I had them perfectly set up, we now have one just completely out of the game, half inside a building, doing absolutely nothing, and I can't even move them. So we're, I've told them to unlumber, but I'm not sure what they're doing, quite frankly. Oh, they have unlumbered, but in some stupid line, because the game sees itself as being in that line for some reason, because these guys over here, who have also unlumbered, and now the cannon is pointing the wrong direction into the building. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant! And now the cannon shoots and kills, well actually, almost killed its own men. It's damaged the building. Absolutely wonderful. But I've utilised my men here to deploy some cavalry spikes along here, which should hopefully protect us a little bit more. For some reason they've decided as well to position them there, but anyway, probably actually is quite useful. So, I'm fine with that to some extent. I would have preferred them here, but you know, they seem to be taking a long time to get over here. Right, so our cannons are finally shooting at them, and again, they're shooting also at this building, killing our own men. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Right. Lumber up again, and then we can try and do something here to actually get you to move out of this building, because at the moment, you're basically useless. How have you managed... Now these cannons are inside the building as well. This is just absolutely amazing. They have completely nullified our cannons' abilities just by the game putting them inside one of our buildings. Now they're completely broken. They won't even unlumber. Like, they're just broken. Completely broken. Right, well, we've just lost our cannons. We have no ability to use our cannons whatsoever, so we're just going to have to wait and see what happens here. The only issue is that they've got cannons and they're just bombarding us and we can't do anything about it. Although, then again, their cannons don't seem to be doing very much because they seem to just be sitting there looking at us rather than actually attack us. So, it's a bit of a stalemate at the moment. Not really sure what's going to happen. Nobody seems really bothered to do anything. Right, I've had enough of this. I'm going to send some of my cavalry out just to see if we can spark an actual battle here, because this is just... They're just happy to sit on that hill, and I'm just quite happy to sit over here, and nothing's really happened, so send some cavalry out, see if we can actually get them to do something. Right, so our general's already dead. Daniel Scott has died. I don't even know what's happening here. All of our horses are in there. I can't control them. It won't, like, it just won't let me do anything. This cannon getting stuck in this wall has legitimately broken the game. I can't control anybody. Wonderful! Absolutely wonderful. So we'll just continue. Oh, it's because these guys are now... We've got other horses now stuck inside the building. Look at them. Look at them. Just a horse casually sitting inside the building. This is outrageous. So, anybody that gets stuck in that building basically becomes useless. We can't control them. At least the battle has actually started. These guys are starting to run away. But we've basically lost all of our cavalry. they've all cleared off or are completely uncontrollable. These Ottoman horses are running away purely because these guys are actually shooting them, which is quite useful. But we can't control these horses because they're stuck inside a building. Wonderful. Although, if we could kill these horses as well, that'd be quite nice. Oh, brilliant. So that building's collapsed and these guys are now, well, pretty much all dead, and the ones who aren't dead are running away. Deploy the spike wall. Come at us, bro. Alright, I think they just kind of ran through the spikes. But anyway, hopefully that does something. They're now getting shot at by the men up here as well. Right, if we can kill their general, that'd be amazing. Might actually turn the tide in this battle. We've got an absolute fiasco going on down here. Seem to be doing alright, though. Well, it looks like we might be doing alright. I've absolutely no idea if we're actually winning it or not. The frame rate has an Oh, look how fast the screen, like the camera moves when it's not looking at this. It just, as soon as it gets to this, the frame rate just completely drops. And now these guys are running away. They can't handle the Serbian hunters. Now if we can shoot these guys in the back, we might stand a good chance getting them to run away as well. Just shoot them as they're running away. Oh my god, that was absolutely brutal. A load of muskets straight to the side of their head. Just like single-handedly wiped them all out. There's one of them left. He's dead. That was absolutely brutal. Anyway, look at the absolute catastrophe that happened here. It's outrageous. Anyway, we don't have to worry about the frame rate anymore. He's one of our the horses that's used to move our cannons. I think that just goes to show just how broken our cannons currently are. But anyway, these guys are getting shot by our Serbian hunters. They're also getting shot by people up here. This building is an absolute beast. Like, they just sit there and just shoot off the top of it, and there's nothing they can do. These Serbian hunters are absolute beasts. They've like single-handedly wiped out like 3 units. Our guys over here are finally running away. There's only 3 of them left. They have fought like absolute beasts. Look at this. This was all them. They just killed all these guys. This was after they ran out of bullets. They just came out and started killing people at the gate at the door, and that's what happened. They also have some mad energy. Like, they're still eager and fresh, and given that they've been literally around the block, like the amount of work that these guys have done, and they're still sprinting like they're still like they're just arrived on the battlefield. They've run around a hefty amount in this battle, and yet they're still got enough energy to be sprinting around like this. So yeah, very surprising. Come on, hit their general. I mean, look at him. Look at that. Look at that ass. Target. There we go. Killed. Right. Murdered Babu Dati. So their elephants are now thinking of running. In fact, they are running. Excellent. So killing their general, we've got a pretty strong chance now of hopefully securing this. We could get these guys to kill them as well. That'd be nice. I like how they're completely nonchalant about the fact there's a group of enemy soldiers about to shoot a bunch of like shoot them all from the side. They don't seem all that bothered about it. They are now. They're all running away. All right, here come the cavalry. Actually, just go and shoot them quickly. Run. They're coming around behind us. Oh no. I was really hoping we'd kill them early, but we've been absolutely done it. I mean, I should have just focused on the cavalry. I was just wanting to try and get rid of them quickly, but the cavalry took... Oh my word. Our Serbians have been completely done in. Right, we've got these cannons running away though. They're all on the run. It's just really the cannons up here and the cavalry, and that is it. Get in square formation, go on. Here they come. Thinking twice about it now. I've seen a building full of men with guns pointed straight at them. Oh, they're charging us. Right, square formation, quickly boys. I don't know how square formation is so powerful as opposed to just lining them up straight, but it works. It works so well against cavalry. You'd think like having a line of men with their guns pointed at them is better than having like a square of men with guns pointed, like bayonets pointed at them, but by God, the square works so well against them, and that's the end of their cavalry. So now, their cannons are actually running away. We've won. We've won the battle. A heroic victory. It was actually probably the longest battle I've ever actually had in this game. It took forever. I mean, the first like 20 minutes of it were pretty much just us sitting there waiting on them coming and not really either side being that interested. Once we provoked them slightly and got them moving, it wasn't really in doubt. I mean, there was a couple of moments where it was looking a bit dodgy, but they really struggled to get through any of our men. So yeah, very happy with that. So they can clear off. We will need to look at reinforcing this pretty heftily. We've got an army coming this direction for us up here as well, so we've got a lot to think about and a lot to deal with, so we'll just recruit as many men as we possibly can. Right, so we'll end turn again. Hopefully we hold on to everything. Hopefully we can they don't attack Calcutta this turn. Barbary Straits blockading Waterford of all places. It's amazing how the AI just know exactly what port to go and blockade to get the biggest, to be the biggest nuisance. They always know this one. We'll go blockade this one. This is where they make their most money from. It's really annoying. Right, so the Marathas didn't bother attacking Calcutta, which is quite useful. It means we've got more time to build even bigger armies there. I mean, really, time was of the essence when it came to the Marathas trying to get that back. They really should have tried to do it as quickly as they possibly could. Because now we really do have a very good chance to just try and sit there and make as many units as we possibly can in as short a period of time. Now they're back. Cornelius van Schoonhoven has decided that he's not had enough of attacking Amsterdam, so he's come back with his 263 men to attack 900. No idea why. We'll murder all of them. Put an end to that. Are you finished replenishing now? You have finished replenishing. Excellent. So, do we attack Satara, or do we go for Hyderabad? Not really sure, to be honest. Kinda want to send somebody over there to have a look, but I'm not sure who to send. Send the militia. Right, okay, we'll send these guys. Have a look. Alright, so it's completely undefended. Like, completely. Right, so we'll just continue sieging that for now. We'll send another half of the army. We'll keep half of our army in... Right, we can't take the cannons with us because they don't go far enough. We'll send half of the army over to Hyderabad. We'll keep the other half in Joa, just to... Joya, or whatever it's pronounced. Just to keep it defended. And in case they try to attack us. So we'll send these guys to merge up with them. And we'll attack Hyderabad and take it. And this way... we lost quite a few men, but we killed all of them. And we now have that place as well. So we've almost split India in half. We have all the way down this coast, and we're just... Satara is the only place in between. So if we kept Mysore and Arcot, we would have had pretty much half of their territory by now. This place is also not very heavily defended. It looks like all of their units are pretty much in Satara, and if it's still the way it was, then I think most of them are still in Mysore as well. So, what is going on down here? What is that? Anyway, I think that's pretty much where most of their men are. I have no idea what this is looking like, but I think they were spending so much time trying to attack all this that they spent a lot of units. And going by when we were down here defending this, the amount of men they were sending, it wasn't a lot. It was like a trickle of men every now and then coming. So I don't think they have all that much money to spend trying to send people, like build units everywhere. So we've got a large group of units up here, which I'm not sure what they're going to do with. And they had 2 units. I don't know if they've merged them. They may have merged the 2 units together, but we had 2 groups of units up here last turn, and one of them's disappeared. Yeah, that's a nice little gain. And providing we can keep enough men in here to keep it reinforced so that we don't lose it immediately, like we did with Mysore. Well, actually, Mysore was a stupid mistake, but Arcot and stuff like that, we kind of didn't really focus enough on it to actually keep it. So hopefully we can actually hold on to this one, and we'll try and take Tunis. Oh wow, okay. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go for it, and we won. Oh my god, we absolutely slaughtered them. 2,500 men, near enough, with us only losing 500. It's outrageous! Right. So Tunis is now ours as well. And in a couple of turns we'll hopefully look at trying to take Tripoli, which I actually imagine Tripoli would have been their highest reinforced area, but Tunis was. Despite Tripoli being their capital, Tunis is actually a bigger city, so I'm not sure why that wasn't their capital. But anyway, we'll hopefully in a couple of turns look and push down here and try and take Tripoli from them, and that would eradicate the Barbary Straits. And then it's a pilgrimage along here to get to Cairo, the longest distance ever. I remember playing Rome Total War, and if you took Cairo, it was like trying to get along here was an absolute nightmare. Like, if you played as the Egyptians, you had to go all the way along here. I think there was like a small settlement here, like one of these places, but I don't think it was it wasn't one of the main cities, I don't think, and it just took forever to get all the way along there because there was no roads or anything. So luckily we have roads, although I don't think they're I think they're just dirt paths at this stage, so it will take quite a while to get along here. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I think that's probably going to wrap it up for this week. We've had a few gains, not any losses, I don't think. We don't think we lost anything. We took Tunis right at the end there. We reinforced ourselves in Ankara. There have been some rebellions going on. These Ottoman rebels have turned up here, and there's also some Bulgarian rebels have turned up as well. So yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye on that. But yeah, apart from that, Europe's been pretty solid. Nothing going on too much there. We managed to hold on to Cuttack and Calcutta from these Marathas who haven't attacked Calcutta. I'm kind of surprised they haven't attacked Calcutta yet. They've had the opportunity but haven't done it. Cuttack did get attacked, and we had a heroic battle to see them off, and they've now cleared off all the way down here. So now we're just trying to reinforce, and taking Hyderabad was a bit opportunistic, given that all they did was we just went to have a little look, and it turned out they had no men there, so just wander in and take it. And yeah, I think I'm not really sure what else to do in India, what to take. We might look at taking this place. I might just kind of mop up all the small places that don't have too much defense, and then look at taking on taking out the main cities. But I might just go straight for the main cities. I think if we get rid of their main armies, I don't think we have much left to defend with. But we'll continue. We are starting to actually make an impact into India. It's been a long time of just holding on to Arcot and Mysore and trading them, I can't remember how long it's been since we took Trycommely all those weeks ago, but we finally started to actually make some gains into India, so hopefully we can continue making gains, and soon we'll eradicate India and take it for ourselves, and then we can look at merging India and Europe together and try and take all of Afghanistan and Persia, which is going to take a long time, I think, to try and take all of that. Afghanistan has no roads. At least Persia have some roads. They kind of they just lead to nothing, but they at least have roads, so we can try and get through Persia a bit quicker than Afghanistan. Afghanistan is just empty. There's absolutely nothing. Like, how they move men around, I have no idea. It must take months, years to move people from place to place. But anyway, we'll hopefully try and take some of that once we've secured India. And as for America, we've been slowed down again by the Quebecois, who somehow evaded our entire army and attacked New Orleans, which we had to deal with. And now we've got rid of them, and we are making our way towards Fort de Chartres, finally making our way up here, and our army in St. Augustine is almost full. I think one more turn would possibly do it, and then we could head over and try and take Texas. So yeah, that's what will happen next week. So if you've enjoyed this video, then give it a thumbs up, and subscribe as well if you're new around here and want to keep up to date with all my stuff. Then hit that big red subscribe button down below, and I'll catch you guys next week. So until then, cheerio.